Warning! This video may contain foul language, discussion of sex, prostitutes, and other adult topics that might make some people squeamish. If you can't handle this, leave now, but don't bish to me. Enjoy.
Hey, I'm Scott and I'm an American in Bangkok. Today, part 2 of 500 bucks is chump change. That's right, I said it. 500 bucks, no matter how you slice it, is chicken feed, chicken scratch. Chump change. It's nothing. It's a pittance to live off of, which is why many Thais complain when they're only making 15,000 a month, okay, or 16,000 actually. Now, I have to say, I got a comment from Ken, who is a longtime subscriber and also a resident of Thailand for many years, and this is what he wrote. Dear Scott, perhaps my example will help people understand how far their money will go. I was living on $700 a month for a couple of years in Phuket. My 2-bedroom house, 340 bucks, which is quite a bit considering his budget was only $700. That's almost half. When generally, you know, your rent or your house payment should only be maybe 20%. Electricity was $40 and he used the air conditioner very sparingly. Food was $250 a month. He says, I cooked my own food. Street food was not enough protein for me. If I bought any farang food, I would go over budget, and I did. Internet was $30 a month. Motorbike, $10 a month for gas only. Water was $10 a month. The total was $680. Now, miscellaneous plus things that could come up put me over the 700 bucks, but I had savings that I could dip into. I could not go out and party. I could not travel. I was not having a good time. I could have downsized to a cheaper apartment or room and pay maybe 4,000 to 5,000 bahts, approximately $155, but I had too many things, and as I said, I had savings. The above does not include medical insurance. Currently, I pay about $500 a month, a year rather, $500 a year for Bupa, one of their cheapest plans. I used to pay over $1,600 a year for insurance, but since I am in good health, I opted for the cheaper plan to save money. If you just want to exist in Thailand, you can do this for $500, but if anything goes wrong, you are fucked. And it will go wrong. You must have savings, and living off savings is also a bad idea unless you are loaded, in which case you won't be reading this. I hope this helps. Bottom line is, I would not even consider living in Thailand unless I had well over $1,000 a month income. Now, I have to say that when I lived in Phuket, I made $1,000 a month, and I had an apartment that was taken care of for me. And I did party a little bit, and I would say I wasn't as astute as I am, nor did I want to be. And I pissed away a little bit of money, but $1,000 a month wasn't really enough to do that. I was always broke. And I still really didn't have a whole lot of fun. I had fun maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and that was it. So, you know, the thing is that there are people here who will ignore this and say, oh no, I can live off of $500. It's no problem. I do it. And yeah, but you know what? Really, there's a difference between living on what is a poverty level. I mean, I've said it before, I don't want to go out and buy a $3 watch. Call me pretentious, whatever you want. But I don't want to buy a $3 watch because a $3 watch is generally a piece of shit. Simple as that. Now, can you go out and find a Timex or a Casio for less than that? Yes, of course you can. I'll tell you, I looked at the Casios for $10 and $20, and I've looked at the Timex for $10 and $20, and I don't like them. Now, here's where it gets tricky, because it's not only a matter of what can you afford. Let me think if I'm going to say this right. It's also, can you afford something that you like? If you're desperate and you only have $500 and you're like, well, I cannot afford to get anything but a $3 watch, then obviously that's your option. Buy the $3 watch or don't buy anything. But if you have more money and you say, do I want this $50 watch or do I want this $3 watch? Well, the $50 watch is more what I like, then you're going to want to buy the $50 watch. I went the other day. Now, I have one watch. It's a Tag Heuer, and when it first came out, it was about $2,000. Now, I didn't pay for it. Previous to that, I had an Omega that I saved up for and I put on layaway in the United States, and it took me about 6 months to get it, and it was I think it was an Omega Speedmaster. It was the James Bond watch at the time. And I was so proud because I saved up my money to buy that watch. I wanted the watch because I figured it would be a watch that I would have for the rest of my life. That's why I bought the watch. It wasn't because I was, oh, I've got to have the James Bond watch. I've got to have a Rolex. I've got to have an Omega. I've got to have a Patek. You know, it's not like that. Sometimes quality costs money. That's the way that it works. And sometimes quality will get you a better product. Now, to say that, I'm looking at a tripod that I bought for 199 baht, and I'm looking at a tripod that I paid for 4,500 baht. Which one do you think is the quality tripod? The 4,500 baht tripod. Now, if I'm living off of 16,000 baht a month, I probably can't afford to buy a 4,500 baht tripod. Do I need it? Well, for me, yes, I do. What's the difference? Well, the 199 baht tripod is flimsy, and you can put a very light camera on it, and it will suffice. If you put anything more than a very light camera on it, it's going to be shaky, and you're going to have to worry about it tipping over. Whereas the 4,500 baht tripod, you can get whatever you can put whatever you want on it, pretty much. Aside from a huge video camera, you can put just about any SLR camera, and you don't have to worry about it. So, while you can live off of $500 a month, it's not about can you do it. It really isn't. It's about, can you do what you want to do with $500 a month? Now, if you just want to sit in your house, if you're 75 years old and all you want to do is go have breakfast every morning at the same Quitio stall, and then take a walk in the park, and then come back to near your home and maybe have some fried rice at a restaurant to eat all the time, and then go in and have afternoon tea, read a book, and then go out for a walk and have dinner somewhere if it costs you 50 baht, and then come home, and you want to do that all your life, and you know you've got a wife who, she doesn't care if you're, you know, rich or not, you've been with her for 40 years, well, of course you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. But if you think you're going to come over as some 20-year-old kid, or even a 30-year-old young man, and you're going to have a great life, and you're going to stay here for the rest of your life, I'm here to tell you it ain't going to happen. Because there's a lot of things that you need to be planning for, and when you got 500 bucks a month, you can't plan for a whole lot. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to save 50 bucks a month? It's better than nothing, but I tell you what, if you're making $3,000 a month, it's a hell of a lot better to put away $500 as opposed to 50. Now, the next episode of this $500 is Chump Change is with a young guy who says, oh, I can live off of $500, no problem. Scott doesn't know what he's talking about. And he proceeded to list what he thought was all my bills and what I paid for and all this other kind of stuff. Now, listen, remember something. I've been here since I was in my early 30s. I'm in my 50s now. A lot changes, all right? Physically, you change. Mentally, you change. I would like to think you get a little bit smarter about your money. Your needs change. And in my case, I'm not single like I was when I came here. I have kids now, which I didn't have when I came here. And I live a different life. I'm a family man. And I get my joy from other things than going out and, you know, getting drunk or running around or whatever it is. So I live a different life. When you're younger, you tend to lead a different life. However, leading some of those lives can be expensive. And if you're going to live off of $500 a month, I'm telling you now, it's not enough. I'm telling you right now. You can believe whoever you want. You can live. I'm telling you, if you want the kind of life where you can go out and buy a freaking coffee from anywhere, you don't have to go to the little 30-baht coffee shop because you can't afford to. You can't afford to spend more than 30 baht a day on coffee. If you want to go to Starbucks, if you want to go out to, I forget the name of the place. There's a place now. It's a new place in the mall where they serve cakes and coffee and tea. And the place is jam-packed all the time. I've never been there, and it's not because I can't go. It's just because the place is always packed, and I would like to go there with my wife. So I need to kind of set up a time for us to go. But the cakes there, they're all like 125 baht, 150 baht, and then the coffee is 80 baht or something like that. So if you want to go in and eat and drink coffee and stuff like that, and you want to be able to go, or you just want to go out to Fuji once in a while, which is not a fantastic restaurant. It's decent. But if you want to go to a place like that and you want to spend, say, $15 on some sushi, well, you may be able to do it, but you know what? It's going to eat up a larger chunk of your budget, and you have to watch your money. In other words, when you get a little older, you don't want to have to worry about, oh, did I spend that 20 baht? It's all I've got left. I mean, what kind of life is that? You know, I mean, listen, I've been at both ends. I've made quite a bit of money, and I've made next to nothing. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather live with quite a bit of money than with next to nothing any day of the week. Because when you have the money, you have options. When you don't have the money, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs wondering, what can I do? Let me keep myself busy. Which in itself is not necessarily bad, but I personally prefer, money provides options. For me, the money is not about, oh, can I have a Hugo Boss shirt? Can I have, can I buy my wife a Prada purse or any of that bullshit? That's not what it's about. It's about having security and having options. Anyway. Until next time, and the next time, by the way, will be this guy, this young kid who says, oh, yeah, I can live off of that much money. But I wanted to say that there are, I have numerous videos coming up. I've got them planned out. In addition to the third episode here, I have how to move to Thailand. That is in the members section. Then I also have reasons not to move to Thailand. That's going to be on YouTube. I've got photos of my journey into the Klong Tui slums. That's going to be on YouTube. I've got a video about a woman who used to be she used to smoke speed, yaba, and she got addicted, and now she's mentally ill, and she's pretty far gone. I've got a video about her. Got another video about foreigners that don't say hello. We've got a video of saving face and another video on touts in Thailand. Let's see, one more. I know it's been a while, but there is a video on the Chinese slapping girl. If you watch YouTube, you probably know who she is, or at least you remember the video. So until next time, that's all I got. Check out the membership section of my site. Please click like, share, yada yada yada. And until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di lat jerk and mai.